Today we're gonna visit our new zoo that I made, and this zoo is pretty big. It's called the OhKay Zoo. Sola, sola, si la sola, si arcana, sola, si la sola. And I'm Dogman. I want to join. No, Dogman, you're not even part of this video. So here's my zoo called the OhKay Zoo. Welcome to the OhKay Zoo, found in OhKay City. So our first animal is actually our entrance animal. It's called the American flamingo. Fun fact: flamingos actually are filter feeders, and that's why their beak is curved. Oh, look at the little chicks! It's so cute! It's so cute! Chick, 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 chick. Oh, oh, oh. And here's the sign. They're listed as least concern, and they're found in aquatic and wetlands, tropical areas, grassland areas, temperate areas. Yes, but we have to enter the zoo first. Everyone is always looking at these animals when they come and leave into the zoo. Hmm. Here's it from another angle. The flamingos are just chilling. Hey, I'm the Wimpledimp. Hey, get out of here! This is my video, not your video. And this is the entrance. The OhKay Zoo. We have to skip all of those people because they love the zoo. There's about 4,000 people at the zoo. So our first area is the forest world. One of the first animals we see is the western chimpanzee. So here's it. They're just climbing around. Oh, look at those babies. That one. This chimp. He's just climbing. Oh, I think he's going into the forest pit. No, he just jumped. And then also I built a cave for them. And they gave them a lot of enrichment because chimpanzees are one of the most intelligent animals on the planet. Was that a ghast or a chimp? Boy? That was the first animal. For a lot of the exhibits, I put a moat so the animals don't escape. And you're gonna see this moat when we go to other habitats, especially for the big animals. And here's the forest walk. You might see a few animals over here. So our first animal in the forest walk is the western lowland gorilla. So these gorillas, I give them a lot of climbing space, and also there's babies walking around. Those female gorillas are just climbing in the weirdest way possible. And also there's the big male in the back, which is just walking around. And then he sits. There's this one gorilla at the Higashiyama Zoo that's very attractive. I hope none of the gorillas at my zoo are attractive. Our second animal is the okapi, which is a close relative of the giraffe. You honestly don't see it because they don't have the long neck that giraffes do. Okapis are found in the rainforests of Africa, and they're considered an endangered species. Oh, look at that baby okapi over there. I built them a cave, which I actually copied from the wolf exhibit. Those guests just want to see okapis because they want to know what an okapi is. And I feel like so many people want to see gorillas because gorillas are another popular. I know the protesters are coming with their fella Mupida and Mupi Kratova, which sounds so weird. Here's the capuchin viewing area where the capuchin monkeys live. Ballerina Cappuccina. And this guy is kind of a musician. Aw, he's playing music. He's the musician monkey. And where's Ballerina Cappuccina? Ballerina Cappuccina. What? Just climb. I'm pretty sure capuchin monkeys like Ballerina Cappuccino and Cappuccino Assassino. All of these are weirdos. Actually, no. Everyone thinks I'm so ugly because I am weird. Here's the peacock. Oh! I think one of the peacocks escaped. I think it's just peacock stupidity. Oh, the peacocks are roaming. I don't know why there's so many peacocks over there. It's just that peacocks make a lot of babies. Oh, this guy wants to. She. Oh, they want to feed them. Actually, I think they're petting them because they're cute. Huh. And also, there's the anteaters. So this anteater is swimming. Anteaters are pretty good swimmers. Oh, that anteater is doing the cutest thing ever. Oh, the anteaters are pretty cute. A fact about anteaters is that anteaters have sharp claws the size of a grizzly bear, which they use to attack predators like jaguars and stuff. I think they're doing a fight. And then the zookeeper comes. And then this, Tim! They're just fighting. They're not play fighting, they're actually fighting. I think they're fighting for territory or something. Let's leave this forest walk, this peacock walk thing. It just splashed. It's just that people want to see cool animals like gorillas and shit. Go. I hear the. And our next stop is the gray wolves. A fact is that gray wolves are the wild version of all the dogs that you know and love, including bulldogs and pugs. And also Pomeranians, great German shepherds, golden retrievers, Shibas, huskies, and other stuff like that. Ah, the wolf. Look at that puppy. It's so cute. The puppy. The wolf puppy. Ah. I remember the wolves were howling. Like, I heard a bark. I think it's from the pupper. From the wolf pupper. From the doggos. I'm gonna call them doggos because doggo sounds cuter. Hi, doggo. They're doggies. They look just like dogs. Let's see more animals because there's already like way more animals than just wolves. If you guess what this habitat is, if you said tiger, you're right. Actually, you're right. There is tigers there. Want to see there if there's tigers over here? Where are they? Oh, I think they're sleeping. The tiger. Let's see his welfare. No. I'm pretty sure they have good welfare. And over here are the American bison. A fact about bison is that during the winter, bison grow a winter coat so they don't freeze. And during the spring, this winter coat sheds. And the American bison is the largest land animal native to North America. And it's not the largest bovine either. It's the gaur is the largest cat cattle. And also there's the European bison, which is more underrated because it was once extinct in the wild. And over here, guess what it is? If you said grizzly bear, you're so right. Huh. Where's the grizzlies? Huh. I'm pretty sure the grizzly bear's sleeping because it's not 80 degrees. The peacocks keep on escaping. Oh, here's our grizzly. She's, she's gonna eat those leftovers. I feel like I made this habitat to look like a diorama. I don't know. But they actually went to zoos. And I know that this is what Detroit Zoo does, especially for the rhinos and a few other animals. These are the we already saw the forest animals and American animals. Our second section was here's the anteaters if you want to. What is over here? The desert world. In the desert world, we see many desert animals. First, we have to walk through this forest trail, which doesn't even remotely look like a desert. It's just a forest area separating us from the forest trail and to the desert, which is all the way over there. Warning, the desert may be too humid because that no warning, the desert may be too bright because there's barely any trees over here. So here's the desert exhibit. I mean, world. I think the turtle escaped. So our first animal is the eastern diamondback rattlesnake. There's just this guy hanging out a branch and he's hissing. I think he's the only one in the exhibit. I think one of the baby tortoises escaped. Our second member is the Gila monster, one of the only two venomous lizards behind the Komodo dragon. Hiss! The Gila monster is found in the deserts of the southwestern United States. and it spends most of its life underground. The Gila monster it is black with orange patterns on it, and it has a thick tail for storing body fat because these guys live in the dry desert. And here we have the giant desert hairy scorpion. There's one over here just chilling there. Scorpions are pretty closely related to spiders. They're arachnids. And the giant desert hairy scorpion is a giant. They're found in North America. And they are data deficient because we don't know how high their populations are. Who escaped? Hmm. So here's our Aldabra giant tortoise. Where are they found? They're usually found in tropical areas. And Jonathan was the oldest of them, reaching up to 200 years. Oh! Oh! And I got an awful idea. An awful idea. And here's the coyote. Coyotes are found throughout North America. Coyotes are basically wolves slash doggies. I'm really a cat person, but I also like doggies because doggies are cute. The coyotes are just sniffing the ground. And also pugs are cute in the ugliest way possible. So our first animal over here is the meerkat. Oh, they're standing. Let's go in the habitat to see how I made this. So I put rocks around, and also I put this deep moat. And second is the armadillo. I don't know why there's too many armadillos. The armadillos are eating. The species of them are nine-banded armadillos. Nine-banded armadillos, when they, instead of rolling into a ball like their other relatives, nine-banded armadillos jump about 4 feet into the air to escape their predators. They jump straight into the air after into the path of an oncoming vehicle. What else is here? And over here is the camels, the dromedary camels. They're found in Africa and South Asia. And these guys are adapted to living in the desert. Camels. A myth about camels is that they store water in their hump. The truth is that they store fat in their hump, which means they could survive long periods without food. Which is good because it's hard to find food in the desert. But when you find water in the desert, you're lucky because the water is only there for a short time after the rainy season, and then it dries up. And also camels migrate long distances to find food and water, especially at the desert oases, which are really humid and more wet than other parts of the desert. Bye bye, desert. Bye bye, camels, rattlesnakes, coyotes, meerkats, and armadillos. Today, our next section. You're probably gonna know what our next section is. These animals are very popular in zoos. They're from the second largest continent in the world, in the grasslands. You're probably gonna know what I'm talking about because you may have seen these animals in zoos. Have you that you have been to before? Hmm. And then I keep hearing these stupid guests. The African Trail. A very awesome place. Full of friends. And over here, you probably know. Welcome to the African Trail. Our first animal is the southern white rhinoceros, the largest species of ungulate on Earth that isn't an elephant. Because elephants are not ungulates, they're a whole different group of mammals. Rhinos have White rhinos have a long front horn and a short back horn, and the white rhinoceros has two subspecies: the southern one, which is still alive, and the northern one, which is functionally extinct because all of the males have died. Sleepy rhino, and I don't know why these rhinos love sleeping. I might hear the noise all over again. Our second animal is the African savanna elephant, also known as the African bush elephant. Back in the day, it was thought that there was only one species of African elephant, but now there's two: African bush elephant and African forest elephant. The African bush elephant is the largest land animal alive today. But there were larger animals like the Argentinosaurus and the elephants. I think they're coming to eat. A myth about elephants is that they drink from their trunk. They actually use their trunk as a hose. And also, a myth about elephants is that elephants think humans are cute. Elephants actually don't think that. Another myth is that elephants are scared of mice. Why does that sound so dumb? Elephants don't see mice as a threat. Elephants are way bigger than the mice. Hmm. After the rhinos, we have more animals like the African lion. Oh, we don't have any Asiatic lions over here. This is the path that he chose to make this. So here's the African lion. One of the top predators in Africa. The African lion is also the king of the jungle. What? No. The African lions. This habitat is inspired by the Detroit Zoo's lion habitat. which I actually seen with my own eyes, because you know that I have eyes. And here's the elephant from a different angle. I don't know who vandalized this, but it's one of the ideological peoples called thieves. I mean vandals. The elephants are just walking. And I heard that the school shooter came into the zoo and tried to shoot one of the lions. And he tried to destroy one of the enclosures. So the elephants escape and start attacking people. And here's our hyenas. A myth about hyenas is that they're dogs. Hyenas are actually not dogs or cats. They're part of an entirely different family of carnivores called the Hyenidae, which also includes this. These hyenas are spotted hyenas, spotted and eagle. Let's go in their habitat to see how I made it. So I put them a lot of rocks. What happened to this hyena? No. He's hungry. Oh, he's so tiny. And hyenas could take down an entire lion if they wanted to, because hyenas are pack hunters, which means they like being together. And here's the zebra, the plains zebra. It's the most medium-sized zebra on Earth. Zebras are actually use their stripes to evade flies. So a study was done where they would take a horse with stripes painted on it, and a zebra. The flies would rather land on the horse with nothing, but uh, the flies would avoid the zebra and painted horse. And also zebras are actually more closely related to donkeys than horses. And zebras sometimes live in mixed herds with wildebeest and giraffes. Our next animal is the giraffe, the reticulated giraffe, one of the many subspecies. Let's get a final view of the elephants eating from this roller. This music is amazing. And here's the giraffes. The fact is that giraffes actually do make noises at night. Giraffes make humming noises. Should I try to do it? The giraffe. Oh, why is he so close to us? And also giraffes are the tallest land animal alive today. But the tallest land animal ever was the giraffe. Was the Brachiosaurus, which standed up to 15 meters tall, or about 50 feet, if you don't like the metric system. And giraffes weigh about 1,000 kilograms / pounds. I heard the birds. They're so cute. Do you know what I want Planet Zoo to add? Actual flying birds. Because every zoo I went to at least has an aviary. I would love to see budgies in Planet Zoo. I have 2 pet budgies named Chirpy and Chirpster. If you watched my other video, you may have known him. Skibidi dub dub dub, yes. Welcome to the Outback Adventure with the super skibbity sign. Hey, get out of the way. It's just that you want to see kangaroos and wallabies. Here's the Outback Adventure. I also tell you that Tubbies is controversial because you know that Tinky Winky was the G word and was a boy character holding a purse. The Outback Adventure. We're gonna see kangaroos like Kangaroo Dundee, Kanganoni, and also some wallabies. I wanna see if there's any kangaroo fights. Here's a baby kangaroo. Let's see the red-necked wallaby. This is a baby red-necked wallaby. Isn't it cute? Oh, it's so cute. And this is a red kangaroo male. This kangaroo is just drinking. Oh, I want to see that kangaroo fight. The boxing kangaroos. That's the boxing kangaroos from Japan fight. If kangaroos were in Japan during the Edo period, I mean like exported, people would be so shocked. And kangaroos are extreme boxers. Kangaroos are the only animals that are actually good at boxing. Huh, is that wallaby bones? I think one of the wallabies died and then one of the keepers forgot to take the body. Because wallabies don't live as long as humans do. Wackatlinty. And our last animal in the Outback Adventure is the southern cassowary, a large flightless bird with a powerful kick. And Semarang is one of the stupidest ones. All he asks is dumb questions that is unanswerable. So here's our cassowaries. I feel like that both Detroit Zoo and Toledo Zoo both have cassowaries, the same species, but they call them two different things. They're at the forage area, and I know cassowary chicks are so freaking cute. I feel like I want to go squish a baby cassowary chick. Let's leave the silly cassowary area and move on to the coolest part of the zoo. The ultra segment. So our first animal in this area of the zoo. We're moving on to some miscellaneous animals. So our first one is the Baird's tapir, which is found in South America. And also there's the Malayan tapir found in Asia. The story is that tapirs originated in North America. Some migrated to South America and some migrated to Asia by the Bering Land Bridge. Look at that baby tapir. Isn't it cute? Oh! Do you think it's cute? If you said yes, you're following my opinion because I love baby tapirs. They're absolutely cute. As babies, tapirs have stripes. But when they grow up, they lose all of those stripes. And here is it from a different angle. You can see that adult tapir walking. And guess what's over there? If you said striped skunk, you're right. Something stinky. 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 It's a striped skunk. Actually, there are like three of them. The striped skunk is found in North America. So if you live in North America, you may see these cuties. Skunks are closely related to ferrets, otters, red pandas, raccoons, and seals. They're not, which means these guys are closer to seals than they are to rodents. And also I put a burrow over here. And also I put a moat. Oh. And over here is the northern kiwi. Kinda cute. Kiwis are literally fluff balls. These kiwis are doing the kiwi fight. Look at this one, it's so cute. It's just a fluff ball. Do you want to see how I made this? So here's the kiwi fight if you want to see it. This kiwi is so adorable. I want to squish it. I love kiwi. Kiwi's so cute. And they sound like little ostriches. They're basically tiny little ostriches. And here it is. And these are the Japanese macaques, a monkey that's found in Japan. I put a little hot spring over there so they can feel hot, even though their habitat is pretty cold. Oh, musician monkey too. If the monkeys were playing a shamisen, I'm gonna go into angry mode because it's so unrealistic. I know what's over there. It's an animal that I think is so cute. My heart is beating. It's so cute. It's so cute. And it's the red deer. Found these cuties are found in Europe. This stag. Oh, this cutie wants to see it. It's a baby. It's a baby deer. It's a fawn. Fawns are so cute, baby deers. Love baby deer. I see the deer fawns, but they're kind of cute, according to me. And over here, you have to see what's over here. Let's forget about this because we're not going there until we finish this area. So our first animal in this area, I will say the name later. You can't see them. So welcome to the tropic zone, full of tropical animals. And warning, it might be very humid in here. So our first animal in the tropic zone is the boa constrictor. What its name says is that it constricts its prey. The boa constrictor is found in South America's rainforest. And there's a lot of plants in here. Our second tropic zone animal is the green anaconda. This guy is much smaller than their larger cousins, the giant anaconda. And they don't look green, they're actually yellow. I don't know why they're called green. It's just a weird naming choice. And our third animal is the green iguana. We get a pretty close view of him. The green iguana is found in South America. And it's one of the many species of iguana that are around. Just there, sitting like a freaking. And over here, we have the giant otter, the largest of all otters. This otter is very cute. Something sad about otters is that otters are in the illegal pet trade because they would poach otters from the wild and people would buy them as pets due to social media saying they're so cute. Isn't he cute? So I put two sections of this habitat, the indoor and outdoor. But the staff let me go through the habitat. He's so cute. And over here, there's another pool. And they're chirping, which is very cute. Want to see their face? Ah, and they're squeaking, which is very cute. Want to play with bubbles? With bubbies? Oh, are you playing? Oh, I think he is playing. By the way, otters could stand up. I think they're the only marine mammal that could do that, but seals can't. And over here is the spectacled caiman. I also did an indoor and outdoor space for them. This is a baby caiman. And these are adult caimans, switching from indoor to outdoor. During the summer, these guys come outside to swim and have their life in the zoo. The spectacled caiman is one of the most iconic caimans. By the way, caimans are more related to alligators. I think they're gonna fight or something. I don't think so. What's that noise? I think the musician monkey is over there. And over here, guess what's over there? Let's just wait until we arrive there. So over here is the sea lion beach. Full of sea lions. And other just sea lions, no other pinnipeds and stuff like that. Where guests could see pinnipeds called sea lions. Watch them swim. Actually, we can go in here because I jumped over the fence because they let me do that. So here's, oh, he's running. If you want to see the view underwater, you are gonna want to see. Oh. So, he's. I think he's trying to drink it. Because sea lions think everything is so different. By the way, most people can't tell the difference between seals and sea lions because they look pretty similar. These guys are California sea lions, found in California. You may find these guys in zoos like the Bronx Zoo, the Central Park Zoo, and many other zoos, and also aquariums where they can perform and do cute stuff, like balance a ball on their nose. But these sea lions can't. Aren't they cute? Sea lions. And these sea lions are in water. By the way, sea lions could actually run on land, which is pretty cool because the seals can't do that. And also, sea lions are actually the fastest land mammals. No, the fastest uh, marine mammals. And sea lions could walk. A fact is that seals are actually more related to bears than dogs. Does he look like a tiny bear that lives underwater? I think he does look. I really see the resemblance of northern fur seals to bears. Northern fur seals are a type of sea lion that look a lot like bears. And over here, the guests are just walking as slow as possible because they want to go to the pee-pee area. You might guess what's over here. So, if you want to close your eyes, you can close your eyes. But welcome to the Arctic world. Detroit and Toledo already have Arctic areas. So our first animal in the Arctic world is the gray seal. By the way, my favorite animal is a seal. And they're so cute. Aww. He's majestic. Isn't he cute when he's swimming? I thought he was gonna gill. Oh, there's other seals. When is the baby gonna swim? They're swimming very fast. Aww. The seals are very fat. See, a myth about seals. And over here is a viewing area for the polar bears. I might not see a good view from over here. But why do I feel like I'm looking at a screen? Ursus maritimus, also known as the porcelain barrow. It's actually called the polar bear. The polar bear. Gibbega polar bear. It's a gibbega polar bear. The Arctic Trail. This is not going to teach you about Inuits or something like at Toledo Zoo. They teach you about Inuits in the Arctic encounter. Just a trail where you can see polar bears. Gibbega polar bear. A 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 gibbega polar bear. It's a polar bear. Let's see how I made this habitat. So we put some bushes and mosses so it can look like a tundra or something. And also I put snowballs for them, for the polar bear. So he can play with snow. And over here I built a polar bear den, just like the wolves. And over here, the polar bear is sleeping. It's actually sleeping. He's kind of small. Actually, that polar bear is much smaller than I thought. Oh, he's hungry and thirsty. Huh. Maybe I should request. Let me move this over here so the keepers don't have to walk or something. Here. I fixed it. And over here is a better way to view the seals. But the guests can't go in this habitat. And over here there's cute baby seals. Aw, aren't they so cute? Aw. This is where the seals have dinner. And they make growling noises. Aw, they're having the cutest lunch ever. They're arfing. Aw. The baby. Little baby seal. You want to go underwater for the first time in your life. Baby seal. I think you're too scared of the water. But this baby seal is freaking cute. Did it melt your heart? If it did, you're absolutely right. Aww. Aww. Isn't it cute? The seals are so freaking cute. Okay, we're supposed to leave the zoo because it's getting closer to closing time. Even though it's like, what time is it? It's 12:19. Uh, let's say bye bye to some major animals. Bye bye, sea lions. And maybe we have to walk all the way. Maybe we have to walk all the way. I think the sea lions had dinner. And also, there's one part that I forgot, that I always forgot about. There's gonna be our last destination before we leave the entire zoo. Oh no, it's vandalized. Yay! Our last section is the Penguin Beach. No, I mean the Penguin Coast. Uh, Whenever people think of penguins, they think of them living in cold, snowy areas. But the truth is that some penguins live in hotter climates, like the African penguin. And the penguins in here are African penguins. Some are getting into the water. There's at least so many penguins that they have to go into their habitat so we can see them. So here is the zoo visitor. And the African penguins are over here. And penguins are considered birds. And also, birds are dinosaurs. The fact is that birds are actually dinosaurs because scientists studied the fossils of bird like dinosaurs and compared them to modern birds. And look at his tiny little tail. Let's see what's underwater. The African penguin is a really fast swimmer for a penguin. And penguins are one of the fastest swimming birds on Earth. And here's the kangaroos again. Oh, the baby is over there. Oh, it's so crowded with wallabies and kangaroos. Oh, look at the wallaby. Oh. And we're leaving the outback area where we already saw like so many animals. And this is the gift shop. In the gift shop, there's many stuff. This is the gift shop. Okay, Zoo. A fact about flamingos is that flamingos could actually fly. If you didn't know that, you're really stupid. And in this world, the flamingos refuse to fly, even though because they like their habitat. And the flamingos are not flying because they don't want to fly. They like this their habitat in the zoo. Bye bye zoos. Bye bye OhKay Zoo. No, it's called the OhKay Zoo. That's literally what the zoo is called. And this is the end of our zoo visit.
Hey yo, what the heck? Oh, you're in the bus, which is glitchy. The bus is glitchy.
Actually, I'm not. I'm going to where I parked my car.
Okay. Man, that's got two. What the hell?
Bye. See you. Make sure to like and subscribe for more videos.
Yeah. Yeah, also subscribe for me. Because I'm dumb. Yeah, sub for both of us. Because I have one too. So it's not a coincidence. Bro, this is so cool. Wait, Nico, I have a question.